All right, so I wanted to do a quick um, review of your match here. Looks like you are the gentleman here. So one thing I'll say real quick, try to be. I know you guys are just kind of flowing. It looks like, but see how your right foot is in front, and you have a collar tie here, and no elbow support, so like your elbow isn't down. It makes it really easy for him to shoot in on that leg. So if you can, like this, you would either switch your hands or have this hand down further, or at a minimum have this elbow just a little bit lower, preventing him from being able to shoot in. Because you're basically you never want to give him a free shot at that leg unless that's something maybe that you're looking for. Maybe you're looking for a guillotine off of there. Um, Good sprawl to the back. As you go there, spin around, and I would cross face right here. Um, as you sprawl and go around to the back, um, and you're a little high there, establish the back control first, and then start to roll. So try it before you start bringing your weight all the way over, unless you have like your hands clasped and your knees tight on their hips. I would try to get one hook in if at all possible. Good. Now go to the other side. So you have this hook on this side, so pull him to the right. Yep. Nice. Um, Very good. Scoot him back just a little bit. Good armbar. Let me come back though. So with this, you can either keep your hands clasped and control here, and have your elbow wide, so you're continuing to like push his head down rather than falling completely back. So you'd have right wrist hand control on this side, and then figure four on the other side, and your elbow at the top of his head, so it makes it really hard for him to turn back in towards you. He gets his hand in there. At this point, hopefully you can start spinning underneath. He's putting pressure down, so take your left hand, grab the arm. Right hand would spin underneath and start working for a belly down arm bar. Good arm trap there. Saves him from being able to get, or saves you from being able to get into that north-south choke. Bring your hands on the inside if you can, like both hands are on the outside, and it's not. Looks like you're starting to pop out the back, but your arm was a little bit at risk there. Now he's circling around doing the same thing. Him as well. Like he just uh, your um, your butt should be pretty much like right on top of their hips as you start to take that back. Otherwise, you run that risk of them being able to kind of pop out the back. Um, from here, yeah, you looks like you're maybe going to go into a deep half position, but he kind of dropped that. Um, Keep turning your hips, come underneath, start going towards the either popping out the back. Because even though he has control of your arm on the far side, you should be able to roll back and really bring his hips forward. In these kind of situations, if you can control one of his arms, so as he pops up, comes around right here. So try to control this arm if you can. So take your left arm, go over it, and either peek out. So in other words, bringing your head out this side, like a traditional wrestling technique, or you can control it and start to roll to the side as well. And then same thing on this side. As soon as you can, take your right hand, pop it out, bring it around this hip. As he's starting to take your back, scoot your butt to the... Oh, never mind. I thought he had it laid down. So we're going to come back. Try not to grab that inside leg, or that one right there. It should almost always be the far leg, because now you're giving him... You've got no defense for him to go around towards the back in like a back crucifix position. So this hand needs to be on the far hip, not on the near leg. Yeah. Looks like he's maybe teasing for a rolling toe hold there, or a straight ankle. Well, now a straight ankle lock. Good. I would take both ankles, so both hands on his ankles, pull up, and start working around towards the side. Don't bring yourself too far forward, because now you've kind of got into his range. So here, so this position is good. Taking both ankles, pulling it up, but then when you start walking forward, you're giving him your legs essentially, and you kind of go around his head. And there's a nice technique where you can take your left hand, grab the collar here, take your right hand, grab this leg, and spin him. But I think you kind of do that, but then you're walking forward a little bit. So now you're giving him access to your legs to be able to sweep you. Make sure that you're, for the most part, almost always past the legs completely before you start going down towards the hip. Clear that heel, start working your butt back down. So looks like you're in a Kimura position there now. So either use that for the Kimura or use it for the sweep. So get a butterfly hook on the far side. There you go. Using it as a sweep. Nice work. Good. Underhook that leg and attempt to pass there. So when he right here, in that in an attempt, basically you should either be smashing that knee down or underhooking it and getting that heel out. So make sure that knee stays out. Good. I'm going to watch that pass one more time. Yeah, so just a little bit more control when you bring him down, a little bit more pressure there. I think you would have had that pass. Keep following him, transition to that omoplata off of there. So It was a good transition to, from a Kimura to the armbar. Your feet were a little high, and then he switched to that. So try looking at maybe going for a triangle or Kimura off that when he starts coming up as well. Don't let him get that other hook in. Try walking off to the left and getting your body over top that bottom leg. Nice job on coming up. Bring your elbow to the left side. All right, nice work. Really good match in the fact that there was a lot to go over. So that was good. You guys kept it flowing. Couple small details, but for the most part, you were doing really good. Let me know if you have any questions.